Hello Toyota super fans. A long time ago, one of my very early Choro-Q purchases was this Esso Ultra Supra. But this thing just is a normal casting of a street Supra, and they put the racing livery on it. So it kind of always bothered me. But progress, apparently, well, let's see. This thing is from 2001. Or no, it says 2002 on the bottom. But a couple years later, they came out in 2005, one that has a different casting that actually looks like this race car. So we're going to take a look at today here. It says super realistic circuit Choro-Q series. It's still got original tape going on. I don't know what these flags would represent. If anyone knows Japanese. Oh, the racing flags, you know, hazard, accident kind of thing, or checkered flag, you won the race, that kind of thing. That's what I'm guessing. That's what those must mean. Come in pit lane or something like that. Alright. One last piece of tape. Man, what a crazy amount of tape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of tape. You would think they'd find a more efficient way to secure this back card. Seems like something's inside this as well. Some sort of membership or something. Okay. Anything else? Any stickers maybe? No. Okay. Really thick cardboard too. Seems wasteful. Alright, not sure why you'd want to have that separate either. And that makes sense to hold the car in place. And it's nice it comes with a storage box, kind of like Mini GT does. Well, really, Mini GT does it like these guys. This is older. Also comes with some plastic, so it protects the finish. Alright, this photograph here says it's from 2002, but the toy is from 2005, so I'm sure there are many changes over the years to this race car. Here's a foreshortening view. Yeah, these don't have canards on the front corners. A little bit of a top view here. And I can only find this one small rear view, so it's quite pixelated. Alrighty. So, you know, the wheel choice I think matches up pretty well. These BBS type wheels, maybe some black paint will help them out. All these graphics here, this little tiger, they're all tampo printed, so that's pretty good for longevity. And then definitely this is a wide body, a race car with some canards here and a pretty thin chin spoiler. Little pattern there in the grille, printed on headlights there. A recess for the radiator vent, but no black paint, nor black paint in there. But what's crazy is the Esso is printed down in this NACA duct. I mean, that thing is actually going down, so that's pretty nice. Super GT is the racing league in Japan where this thing raced. And then, yeah, there we go. More Esso stuff. This side here. You notice this is flat here, just a panel. But on this side, it actually has the fuel filler ports there. The tail, it just got some black vents there printed on. It's not dimensional. And same with the tail lights there. No additional color on the tail lights, unfortunately. And the wing is alright. So, yep, it says it's from 2005, and then some exhaust tips part of the base there. I guess the only criticism is I feel that the front wheel gap is maybe a little bit, you know, could be a little lower, you know, being a race car. But yeah, I guess it has to be that way because this is a pullback toy. And you know what? Maybe I will come back here. I'm going to come back and lower the suspension here. Or I'll just show you guys in case you're new to my channel. I'm going to take it apart. I'll show you the inside. I'm going to remove the wheels from the axles. And then I'm going to use putty to remount them. So interesting, yep, that front axle is ahead of the motor. Sometimes it's trapped by the motor, but this one has a longer wheelbase, I guess. There's the production code, by the way, 2005, April. So to remove this stuff, let me get a different view here. I just hold one wheel and I twist the other one back and forth and then I pull it off. To do the other one though, obviously I can't hold this. I need to get some vice grip pliers. And then I can pull this off easily enough. And then I guess I'll show you how to remove this motor axle. I want the motor housing because I can use less putty when I remount it. Otherwise it'll just be a big air pocket and I have to use a lot of putty. So this is a phone pry tool. You know, I think it used to take apart iPhones and whatnot. But it works quite well for taking apart these motors. So I just split that apart. I take the drive shaft out. And in case I want to put it back together and have it work, I gotta remember this gear goes right here. You'll see in this hole here. Oh, actually it goes in the slotted hole, the longer hole. Yeah. Okay, so I put that down. Not easy to do on camera, bear in mind. And also I am all thumbs. I need tweezers. Alright, so that's how that thing goes. Then I just hold this. This can fall apart. The spring is in here. You want to try to keep these two pieces together, because if that spring comes out, it's going to take forever to try to put that back. Oh, I apologize. I'm a moron. The spring is underneath there. You can see it peeking through. So you want to keep that thing down. Yeah, never mind. Anyways, so let's put this back here. And very often I find that this gear here has to be pushed into that, or aligned with that hole. Okay, so it's not that hard to do. It's just a lot harder to do on camera. But you can save this and always put it back in if you want to later. Anyway, so now I pop this back in. The front wheels though, pry that off. Same thing, you can keep this axle for later. Then I want to put this back together. Oh, well, what's going on here? I thought for a second maybe the hood opened. I don't know why. Oh, this piece is used to hold the front axle down. That's what's going on. So I have dust or something in here. Anyways, here's one clear smoked piece of plastic, and it's just well painted. Alright, so now I use a hand screwdriver so I don't strip out the plastic thread. Alrighty. So now the next thing I need is some putty. It's like a sticky pack putty used to hang up poster boards or hang things off a wall. So a little dab of that. Now, so that's again why I want the motor housing, because that would all be airspace. You know, I have to put a whole lot of putty in there to get this tire on there. Right? The front tires usually aren't a big problem, because, well, in this case you'll see it's just a total wall for the putty to stick to. The putty's great because it never seems to harden. So it doesn't leave a mark either. It doesn't ruin paint. It doesn't eat away the plastic, to my understanding, or I haven't seen it do that yet. Hopefully it won't. And then you can set things like camber, you know, with the putty like that, or you could steer the wheels like that. So there we go. Now I think the ride stance is a lot better. Looks like a race car, right? So, sorry for the impromptu modification. But yeah, I gotta remember that there's always going to be some new people joining the channel, and they might want to know this stuff. Let me pull out the spin thing. That's a crazy amount of camber. Alright, so 1/64 scale wise, I have this Aoshima, and it's got a Tasha livery, like a cartoon livery all over it. I also have this Tarmac Works where I stripped the Blitz logo off with decal remover, and I also swapped out the wheels to BNDS plastic wheels. So you can see the foreshortening here. Alright, so that's it for these. Now for other, well, naturally we gotta bring back this thing. Now you can see the difference. So this thing, look how crazy tall the canopy is. It's almost like a totally different style of deformation that ChoroQ did on this one. Here's a Porsche. Here's a Sylvia. And here's a GTR 34. So it's interesting, you know, all the surrounding cars have the same type of cartoon deformation where the cockpit or the canopy is very tall. But for some reason this one is really low slung, almost like a Wanda car or like a Kirin Fire car. Let me pull out some of those other cars, in fact. So let's lose this. You see how the canopy of that thing is so short? I think this is a Kirin Fire. Oh no, maybe it's a Suntory Boss. So, that's a first for me. I never realized that. It's a different type of deformation, but it's still the same brand. Alright, well, let's get back to just this guy here. I think I need a racing character. So, at the end of the day, I'm really happy I got this, just to learn of the different type of deformation. But mainly, it just looks more like the real race car, being a wide body instead of that first casting I have, which is kind of like cheating, putting a race livery on a street body. Alright, well thanks for taking the time to watch this. I'll see you the next time around.